Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys enjoyed Inspiring Vanessa. She was honestly absolutely amazing. If I think about what I was doing at the age of 9, I think I was eating cake. Definitely not what Inspiring Vanessa was doing. So that's absolutely amazing. Even I was inspired by her. And I feel like everybody really should have been taking notes, because she was spitting the ultimate gems. But welcome to my selfie workshop. My name is Bissy Atkins. I am a presenter, I am a host, and I run the social enterprise called Young Gifted Initiative, which is a platform that I founded after I'd won Miss Nigeria UK, just to create a space for young people to aspire to be the best that they can be, regardless of their circumstance and regardless of where they came from. And as I was developing Young Gifted Initiative, there was something that was really prevalent in my life, and I felt like I needed that when I was younger. I went through this whole experience of feeling like I was very self-assured. I felt like I was very like I knew myself. I was just really cool, really Gucci, like just enjoying life, right? And then it got to a point when I was in my final year of my undergrad degree, and I got acne. Like I really got really bad spots. Like you see my face right now, I don't really have spots. Like my skin has gone through a whole transition, has gone through a whole journey, and now I'm just like glow, 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 glow. You see it glowing. But when I had acne, like everything changed. Someone who was very self-assured, someone who was very, they knew their self-worth, their self-identity, what I felt like I did at the time. When I had spots, everything changed. I wasn't bubbly, I wasn't smiley, I wasn't myself. I wouldn't want to leave the house without makeup. And I didn't want people to see me in public with all of these spots and feel like I was a kind of a deception in comparison to my Instagram pictures. And during this time where I was really going through the feels and I was really like, oh my gosh, my face, what's going on? I can't be myself. Unfortunately, a good friend of mine, he committed suicide. And that really put a lot of things in perspective for me, because I was just like, I'm really acting out and not acting myself, because of, in the grand scheme of things, sports are so small, right? And not saying you shouldn't feel a type of way, because obviously it's your face and stuff, but for it to change who I was and how I behaved to that scale, I knew something was missing in the foundation of myself. I had built myself on just what I looked like just the fact that I had clear skin, I didn't need to try too hard, all of these things. I felt like my self-worth and everything was tied to my physical appearance. And then when I realized that, because that's what I had built it on, it's so fragile and it can break so much, I knew I had to look from within. So I created Selfie. So Selfie is an acronym for self-image enhancement. You can go into, oh girl, you feeling me right now. So what is Selfie? Selfie is an acronym for self-image enhancement. What it does is it teaches the young woman how she ought to truly see herself by breaking down the fundamental principles of makeup application and relating it directly to the woman's life. So every single time we sit in front of the mirror to apply makeup or do whatever, we're not only making ourselves look great on the outside, but we're instilling principles within us that advocate the importance of self-worth, self-identity, and self-image. So by the time you're done fleeking your face, not only do you look amazing on the outside, but more so and most importantly, you've built yourself from the inside. And the reason why I decided to use the tool of makeup is because I was so heavily reliant on makeup when I was going through my whole phase, right? And I didn't really like makeup before that time. And I wanted to switch the narrative of what makeup is used for and take it back to the sole purpose, which is to enhance yourself. But if you don't know who you are, the question beckons is, what are you truly enhancing? So I need you guys to understand that it's not about makeup. And it's not about the application process of makeup. It's about the principles and what it's tied to and what that does for yourself. Because in order for you to be your best version, your self-worth, your self-identity, your self-image need to be in check in order for you to be your best version. So I have a dream and a vision to create a strong community of young ladies all across the globe that go out daily wearing their best selfie, their best self-image enhanced, and being able to thrive and be the best version of themselves in whatever field and whatever realm that they want to occupy, whatever space that they want to occupy. So let's go into what Selfie actually is. So if we go into the next slide, we can see the selfie principles. So these are all the principles that makeup application is. And I'm gonna go into what it is when you apply it to your real life, right? So at first we have foundation. Foundation, the purpose of that for your makeup is actually to create a nice little base for you to kind of just build upon, right? When you think about that for your real life, your foundation represents your self-belief. Self-belief is so important because in order for you to achieve anything in this life, in order for you to do anything in this life, you need to first believe in yourself. Because I can say, oh my gosh, I want to speak. Oh my gosh, I want to create a selfie. Oh my gosh, I want to be the biggest star ever. But if I don't believe in myself, there's only so far I can go. And it's cool getting advice from other people. People being like, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Yeah, it's all good and well them saying that, but if you don't believe that you can do it, then you won't do it. So I feel like that's really, really important to have that foundation, because I realized if you look back at my experience where I felt like my self-image and my self-worth came all from exterior, my foundation in myself wasn't strong. So when something like acne came, I was shaken. So if you don't have, like, let's think about a building, for example. We have a beautiful building, a skyscraper that has been built. And it looks great on the outside. It looks absolutely amazing. People travel all across the globe to find this building, right? And then years and years pass, and there's wear and tear that you can feel and you can experience. But more so, they'll be like, how can something so great start to break so soon when it's said to last so long? And then they strip it back and look at the foundation in which it was built. And if it's built on faulty foundation, it won't last and withstand the test of time, which is what's going to happen to the building. So if you apply that to yourself, no matter whatever it is that you want to do in life, if you don't have a steady and heavy built foundation, no matter everything you put on top of it, that foundation, because it's faulty, it could still allow you to break. So it's really important as individuals, as young girls, that you strongly believe in yourself, because that's the foundation that you need to set the rest of your life. And then we go into eyebrows. Eyebrows, I remember there was this whole phase where eyebrows were on fleek. And a lot of girls literally just have like the thickest eyebrows with the strongest highlight. It kind of reminded me of like the Hollister sign. It was honestly a bad trend that I really hope we don't go back to. But eyebrows, it literally frames your face, right? And then when you apply that to your real life, that is your frame of mind. Yes, we're operating with a good self-belief. Let's say we believe in ourselves, right? We're like, yeah, we can do it, we can do it, we can do it. But then there are times where you may be in the frame of mind and you'll be like, can I really do this? So you do believe in yourself, but sometimes your mind will make you think like, maybe you can't do it. So there's this thing that I use, I can hear an echo. I think someone's unmiked. But there's this thing that I use as a, like, not an analogy, but if you think about a cup. Let's say I've got this bowl of water right now, right? And I pour it into a glass. And the glass is either half full or half empty. You can either be very optimistic about life or not so optimistic. And I feel like in order for you to be the best version of yourself, you need to have an optimistic mind frame. You need to be able to think about things like, fair enough, you may be halfway there, right? But like, it's half full, it's not half empty. Just because you're not all the way at your destination doesn't mean you're not on the way to your destination. Just because something doesn't look like the finished product doesn't mean the finished product isn't attainable. And if you shift your mindset and your frame of mind to be thinking of optimism, to be thinking positive, to be thinking like you can do it, like you will get there, like you're trusting the process, and even though it doesn't seem like what it may be at this current moment, because you're thinking like you can, and that is positive, and you're optimistic, you will be able to work every single day towards being the best version of yourself. So I always say, have your frame of mind in check and believe in yourself. And then we move on to concealer. Concealer is, I like a concealer. I'll use it underneath my eyes or to just highlight the different parts of my face, right? Concealer represents the ways in which you deal with things. And when you apply concealer, you could be covering blemishes, you could be even in dark circles or dark marks. The ways in which you deal with things is so important, because let's say, for example, we go back to this tall building. right? And they've built it really good, and they've got like a good foundation. They've made everything look good. They had the frame of mind in check, like this is going to be the best building, and everybody across the world is going to come and see this building, right? But then they didn't really look at the matters of the composition of the soil. This is where my oil and gas masters comes into play when I explain this. So you're on concealer, and then you don't look at the porosity of the soil, or how there's problems within the soil, and you decided to build a foundation, right, on top of that, but you didn't really identify the problems that you had before you decided to build your foundation. And I feel like a lot of times in life, we tend to do that. Like for me, let's say, for example, an issue that this is a bad relationship, I don't know who can identify with it, but procrastination, me and procrastination, we have a really iffy relationship. And that's something that I know that I need to deal with, right? And when you identify the issue you have, right? For me, let's say procrastination, and then you pick it out and be like, okay, so what can I actively do to work on this and deal with this? And then you do that. Once you've identified it, you deal with it, and then you continuously deal with it, because no matter the problem and no matter the solution, I feel like in life you always need to be working on being the best version of yourself. So me and procrastination, I know is an issue. I've worked out ways so I can stop it, but I also continuously work on it. So I feel like it's really important for us to believe in yourself, have a right frame of mind, but also identify the issues that you have and work on intentionally dealing with it, and then continuously practice dealing with it. So that could be procrastination, that could be tidiness, that could be discipline, that could be so many different things. You know yourselves. So you need to do that. And then moving swiftly on to contour. Contour, that's when you chisel your face and everything, right? I use that for your life, how to chisel your skills. We're all blessed with skills and talents that we've just literally been given, right? And you need to identify what you're really good at, what comes to you naturally, what you have a natural flair for. For me, that was speaking. That's why I went down the road of being a presenter, or I did like modeling for a little bit, but that's not really my bag. But me understanding that I'm able to communicate well and make people feel really comfortable and facilitate conversations in a natural way to bring out the best in people, I identified that as a skill. And then I practiced and chiseled those skills by watching YouTube videos, by watching back interviews that I had done, by putting myself out there in places where I could do practices, whether that be at concerts, at festivals, or even through selfie and doing like public speaking and going into schools. I identified the skills that I had, and I continuously chiseled it. And then if you look at the skills that you have, it's important to practice it. It's important to try and make it the best and hone those skills, because it's all well and good being given natural gifts, right? But if we think about two singers, right? They've both been given the gift of being able to sing. One person decides to go to get a voice trainer and a singing school and all of these things, and they go and practice their skills, and the other person just lives with their God-given talent. The person who practices, no matter, even though they've got the same skills, will start to elevate because they're edifying and practicing and chiseling their skills. So I think it's important for you to figure out what you're good at, what skills you have, and work on making them the best that they can be. And that moves on to highlight. Highlight, it really, basically in makeup, once you contoured your face, you now put a highlight on the things that you contoured to make it shine a little bit so the lights can reflect and everything like that. So highlight in your real life, that represents a law of attraction after you've chiseled your skills. So let's say for me, for example, when I've been chiseling my public speaking and presenting skills, I have been doing all the practice, and me, I'm just thinking, I'm just trying to make sure my skills are better. But because I've been putting things out on YouTube and been out there, opportunities came to me. I got my first TV gig with Sky. I started hosting festivals. I started doing all of these things, and people saw that my skill that I had been chiseling in it, and I had been working on it, and then it attracted opportunities to me that even I couldn't even fathom at the time. So when you're working on things and you're working on yourself, you may not see the rewards immediately, but please know that every seed you're sowing, you will reap. And even though it may not be immediately, the law of attraction will bring it to you. And then we move on to eyeshadow, which is your personal vision for your life. Everybody's got a personal vision, and it's so unique and so personal to you. right? So I feel like it's really important that you understand, or you kind of see where you want to be in the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, where you envision yourself to be at your best self and what that is. And if you could write that down and then kind of line out basically working towards that every single day in the smallest things, because it's all well and good having a big vision. And I feel like sometimes visions can be daunting. For me, for example, I want to have my own network eventually. I want to have the Busy Show eventually. I want Selfie to help so many women across the globe. And those can be so big in the grand scheme of things, but the little things I am doing now are taking me one step closer. So it's important for you to see where you want to be, right? But understand that it is a journey, it is a process. And in every little thing you do, whether it just be you waking up early, or you writing a to-do list, or you practicing discipline, or you dealing with someone that you know could delay you getting to your personal vision, working on it daily will take you that one step closer to finding that personal vision. But for you to get there, you need to see it. And also understand that your vision can change. In life, I went through so many different career paths. I did the academic route. I wanted to be a doctor. Then I wanted to be a clinical psychologist. Then I wanted to be a clinical psychologist specializing in child development. And now I'm a presenter and I run a social enterprise. But all I know is that each time I had that vision, whatever vision it was, I intentionally worked towards achieving that. So with my doctor, trying to be a doctor, I was really studious and I got really, really good grades. When it came to psychology, I did my undergrad in psychology. When it came to like clinical development, I specialized in those modules when I was doing my degree. So all of these things, when I had this vision, I orchestrated my steps to kind of get there. So it's really important that you have a vision, wherever it is, and you work towards it daily. And it's the little steps that count. And then we have your eyelashes. I love eyelashes. I'm not wearing any at the moment, but I feel like they really just enunciate your eyes, and they just really just make your eyes go. I absolutely love them. So when you think about that for your real life, your eyelashes represent your personal network. So personal network is really, really important, because that's like your system. That is like your surrounding system. So it's really important that your personal vision and your personal network align you to attain your personal vision for your life. And then lastly but not least, we have what you say about yourself, which is your lips. Your lips are the positive affirmations, the things that you declare over your life. Be like, I'm great, I am blessed, I am favored, I can do it, and I definitely can. And I feel like once you have all of these things in check, you will be working towards wearing your best selfie, having your self-image, your self-identity, and your self-worth in check. So that's what the selfie principles are. And if you do want to know more, please ensure to be following us at Selfie London, so you can join the community, where we just do lots of things on Instagram, and we have lots of lives and lots of live topics. So please do join our community there at Selfie London to find out.
Back into the room now. Hopefully you're there, Ramel. Don't forget to put your camera on. Great.
Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you've been enjoying your breakout sessions. I had a little sneak peek in some of the sessions. Absolute gems being dropped by our amazing workshop room host. So please give a virtual round of applause for them all. Thank you so much, Mira Sharma, Bissy Atkins, and Tende Chegwada. Yes, you ladies are amazing. Thank you so much for all that you've been able to share with our young ladies today. This is what Rocking Your Teens is all about. It's about learning from them. I heard in Tende's workshop about vision boards that some of you already know what you want to do with your careers, which is incredible. I'm so inspired by you lot all knowing what you want to do. That's really inspiring. Bissy, of course, told us about her journey in just kind of finding self-love and self-appreciation, and how she can share that with you guys as well. I didn't even get a chance to pass through Mira Sharma's workshop. I hope you all got to find out what saspiration is all about. I think I need a part 2 from Mira so I can come back. I really didn't expect the sessions to end so quickly, but thank you so much, ladies. Again, another virtual round of applause, because you are so inspiring, and that's why we had to have you here for Rocking your team. About sharing events, but also passing it on to the next generation. So let me do a little roll call. How's everyone feeling? If I can get from you a little information about how it was from the schools, I want to see in the chat, is there anything you learned from today's workshop? That would be amazing if we can have a little feedback, because that would be great. Does anyone have any questions for our amazing panel as well? Because that would be really good if we can continue to share outside of the groups what we learn, or continue to pass on their messages. That would be amazing. So any questions, any thoughts, any feedback, or even from you amazing ladies, our amazing hosts, is there anything that you took away from giving in your workshops to the young ladies today? I can see you on my screen, so I'm going to ask you, Bissy, do you mind answering, how was your workshop session?
I think it went really, really good. Oh my gosh, time flew by, and I was going through the principles, and I was like, 20 minutes is up already. But yeah, just even me thinking about the journey of selfie and how I was able to understand my self-worth, my self-identity and self-image, it really re-invoked within me that, oh my gosh, it's really important for young girls, particularly to be able to see themselves truly for what they really are, and understand that their journey of self and becoming the best version of yourself is really and truly a journey. It doesn't happen overnight, and there's so many things that they need to do in themselves all the time to kind of just like work towards achieving that daily. And I feel like because we're in this world of social media and it's so easy to get lost in what everybody is doing, understanding that their self is their home and that's what they have with them for the rest of their life and for their entire life, and looking after that first and foremost is so pivotal. And when they do that, honestly, the world becomes their oyster because they understand themselves.
Thank you so much. Honestly, that's so inspiring, so powerful that you are able to give and also receive all of that from the young people as well. So thank you so much, Bissy. We've got some comments about the sessions as well. Let me see. We really like the idea of rejection as redirection from Mira. Amazing. That was from Miss Wilson in JAGS. I like that, rejection as redirection. Yes, wax on, wax off. I love it. We also had a question for Mira. Mira, are you nearby? Are you able to jump on camera?
I am.
Amazing. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you so much for your session. So the Portsmouth Grammar School have asked, what was your first saspiration?
Oh, that's a good question. My first aspiration, I'd have to say, I guess it was like my friends keep me like sassy, and I'd have to say it was them, because they were the kind of ones where they inspired me to start the whole Saspiration and the book of sass and everything, because I was always kind of like motivating them, and then it was kind of from there, like we used to channel our inner sassy personas, think like beyond Sasha Fierce, we had our own like sassy fears going on. So I'd say that was then, and that was probably about 7 years ago.
Oh, I love that. Do you know what? It's good to have good friends around you that can actually inspire you and pull good things out of you as well. So that's beautiful to hear. Thank you. And we've got some more. Thanks, Mira. You truly rocked. That's from Barbara. We also got a nice positive message for Tenda as well. I found the vision boards very interesting. Yes, I'm sure we're going to have several, maybe 100 vision boards being made tonight or at the weekend. Absolutely love that. Tilly from Jags also said, I loved how Bissy spoke about self-love from a completely new and fresh perspective. Love that. Yes, this is so positive. We also got another question. This is from Chloe from Whitchurch High. How do you deal with self-image and people not liking the way you look? I'm assuming this might be a question for Bissy, perhaps.
I think, it might be a question for me, but how do I deal with self-image and people not liking me? Well, to be honest, I'm just like, if they don't like you, that's their own business. It's not your business. What is your business is yourself. Honestly, I don't feel like you should attach your self-worth or your self-image to anything external to you, because it's literally about yourself. Anything external, it changes, it fluctuates. You have no control about what happens outside of you. The thing that you do have the most control over and the most autonomy over is yourself. So don't worry about everybody else. What's for you will be for you. Who's for you will be for you. If they don't like you, they should close their eyes and they should walk elsewhere. As long as you know that you are your best version, you are your best self, and you're not doing anything that can, you're not doing anything that is negative or that's not kind or that's actually intentionally making them not like you, then that's their own.
I love that. I love that. If you don't like it, walk away, baby.
Walk away.
Thank you so much, Bissy, for keeping it so real. Absolutely love that. We've got another message for Mira, who they say thank you at Whitchurch High. Specifically, I think it's from Haminda. If you have to do something which you know you don't enjoy or you personally won't benefit from, like certain lessons at school, obviously not this one, how do you stay motivated?
Oh my gosh, I love that question. First of all lessons in school are good, you know. No, we've all been there. I think it's one of those where you've just got to do it, and the sooner you do it, you've got it out of the way, and then you can go and do something you enjoy. And I think it's also about mindset, like going into it and thinking, maybe see what is it that you don't enjoy and work from there, because maybe there's something you're missing by going into it thinking, oh, I'm not gonna like that. Maybe if you go into it thinking, okay, I've got to do this and I'm gonna enjoy it, you'll enjoy it. And it's all about the mindset, so make those little tweaks.
Okay, right. I'm really sorry that we don't have time to answer all of these questions. There's been so many powerful messages, but we are actually going to have to go for a little break. But thank you so much. I just want to say as well, from Western in Year 9, we were very pleased to be in the vision board room. Definitely going to make some here. Yes, Tenda, yes, get those vision boards made. I love it. Just had to shout that one out because yeah, it's I mentioned in that group that I actually use vision boards as well. So I'm all the way here for it. And thank you so much, ladies, for sharing your wisdom. It's been amazing to be able to have this opportunity to learn from you and hear your amazing journey. So thank you. Another virtual round of applause for our workshop ladies.